welcome to the Concoction Podcast. Gabe, Chris, how you boys doing?
How you doing, Gabe?
Doing all right.
You know you can pull the microphone to yourself.
Okay.
Well, that's another episode. Second one is gonna be in video.
Yeah.
Finally, we cut enough with this whole video stuff. I hope people had a chance to go and check it out. Our first video. It's pretty nice, right?
I liked it, yeah.
Yeah.
Good enough to try a second time, right?
Yeah. Well, now everybody put a face to all the stuff that we say and all
An ugly mug to the voices, yeah.
Yeah, to my stupidity. What's going on? What happens? Do you guys watch the Oscars?
Oh man, I didn't watch the Oscars, but I was interested based on some of our guesses, and I did read up on some of the results. Gabe, Oscars?
No, I didn't watch it. It was just whatever.
Just whatever happens was fine to you.
Yeah.
Were you surprised? Was anybody surprised about? Let's start with the winner, I guess. Let's start with some other ones. What do you have?
I'll tell you kind of what I felt like we guessed and why it didn't surprise me. So we had kind of assumed Roma might take it, which it didn't. But I think the Oscars kind of played killed two birds with one stone, right? Because Roma won Best Foreign Film.
Yeah.
So they got away. They were like, oh, you want to use a different language? So then I could actually get away with giving you this award and then giving this other one to somebody else. So, Green Book won and all. But our guess had been Black Panther, I think we all agreed wouldn't win.
Yep.
But it was kind of funny because I think we basically all said they would get like something like costume design. Like I knew I thought they would for sure. And they literally won that. And like
Score.
best score, yeah.
What's best score, Gabe? Do you know?
Just the music, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
The best original score they won. They
Oh.
got best production design and best costume design. Which fair enough. Costumes were awesome, man. Production, the locations were cool. I don't know about the score. I don't remember any song that really jumped out. But we were right. They won that, and it was Marvel Comics or Marvel Studios' first Oscars, so I guess that's kind of cool.
Can you, Gabe, can you see the connection? Well, there is not necessarily be a connection to have a best director, but no best movie? Like, can you win like a best director, but not the best movie?
I think so, and I think it happens a lot of times, and then I don't know what goes into it, but yeah, it does happen a lot.
Yeah. Because to me, it was weird. Like, you
For
know,
that to happen?
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how often it happens. It might be something normal, but it was weird. Like, well, you win the best director, but no best movie.
Right.
Like,
I could see that, yeah.
Like, I don't care, like, the principal actor, the main actor, like, who wins that, because I don't think that you can be a great actor and the movie might be just shitty movie.
Just shitty in general.
Or normal movie, nothing is spectacular, but your performance probably can be like a great performance.
Right.
So I can see that happening, that you win as the best actor, male or female.
Right.
But the director part, I was like,
So Roma got Best Director,
yeah,
and it was a great movie. And it did get Best Foreign Film, so maybe they were literally telling us the best movie in this case did get the Best Director, but they got away with calling it Foreign Film
yeah.
instead of actual Best Film.
Why do you think? I mean, I haven't seen Green Book, so there's no comments for me to like.
I don't know enough about it. I didn't watch it. I just saw that people were kind of angry that it was kind of not telling the real issues of social differences between, the tensions between black, white, things like that. It kind of just touched the surface and made it candy-like, like very soft for people to take in. But, to be honest, it seems like Hollywood might like things like that.
Yeah.
But what it did do, like, Best Supporting Actress was Regina King, and that was the movie If Beale Street Could Talk, and on Green Book, another Best Supporting Actor was Mahershala Ali, and both of them were like, congratulations to them. They were black actors and actresses, so I don't know what we thought maybe Black Panther would become. This time they kind of did it anyway in different movies. So I guess everybody got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, when Moonlight won, they won more than just one, Oscar. I think they won Best Movie and something else, right?
Did they get Best Actors? And
I don't remember.
Hey,
like Gabe can check now. We have
our first official fact check.
Yeah.
After all the bullshit we've
After
talked.
we've been saying a bunch of lies all this time, we're gonna actually, if it Gabe's get to make it work, he's gonna Google that shit.
After 72 lies, we're gonna get one truth.
One true. It was about time. Yeah, always go back to Moonlight. The reason for that, because the director was African American. All the main actors were African American, and it was a great movie, great story.
Yeah.
Touched very social, issues. How grow up being poor, African American,
Minorities.
yeah, drugs,
Okay.
single mother homes, being gay, and being gay in those tough neighborhoods.
It literally sounds like, I didn't watch it, but it literally sounds like it touched them all.
Yeah.
By what you're saying.
Yeah, that was one of the crazy things about that movie.
Yeah,
No,
it was just something else. It was that great. It is that great.
yeah.
What did it win?
I'm still looking.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the story was just it keeps you in the movie. It make you think about like all this stuff. And the director was great. How he project, the script,
Right.
how he want to show it. I think he
Okay.
made it.
So yeah, see right here, won Best Picture. Also won. It's the second award for Mahershala Ali for Best Supporting Actor, and then it also won Writing.
There you
For
go.
Barry
There you
Jenkins.
Say right,
And it
like,
makes sense.
the story. Like I think it was.
Yeah, and then and also Barry Jenkins, same director, did If Beale Street Could Talk, and there's
Yeah.
another one for him. I'm surprised that movie didn't make
Yeah,
Best Picture, get more stuff.
Right.
'Cause I felt that was one of the best movies of
Well,
last year.
he
Yep.
did get the Best Supporting Actor. That's kind of cool about the Best Supporting Actor twice, man. Twice in a row, huh? Or twice at least
Yeah.
in the recent years for Mahershala Ali.
I mean, I'm not sure why we're surprised. We're acting like African Americans can act. When they're like actually they're been winning this stuff. Probably
They've
before
been doing
they
really
should have
good,
deserved more. It's just back in the days they were like all racist. I was looking at. Do you remember that actress that won an Oscar and had to take the award in the back room where they have all the other trophies because she wasn't allowed to be with the other people, with the white people. That was
Really?
back in who knows 19 something.
40s, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
40s, 50s, yeah.
So there's
Wow.
been a great actors.
Yeah.
It's just
It's come a long way, man.
yeah.
No, I just literally think that was cool by that actor to get Best Supporting Actor twice. So, and the last one he got Best Picture, and Green Book this time gets Best Picture. If I were some kind of director or some movie producer, I'd be hiring this guy.
Oh, he's been killing it.
Yeah.
He did really good. And Luke Cage, I really liked his character in that.
Luke Cage, yeah. Oh, he's. I might say
He was Cottonmouth.
Oh,
yes.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be wrong, but I don't know. He's one of those steak guys.
What do you think about whatever his name is for Bohemian Rhapsody? Best actor Malik.
That's so
Malik
Bohemian Rhapsody
Jackson.
took Ferguson Malik.
Malik
Now,
Jackson.
Bohemian Rhapsody took Best Actor, man. Rami Malek, Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, Best Film Editing. So I'm not surprised by the sound, considering it was a Queen movie, like about their music. So Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, Film Editing. Best Actor, I am surprised. Rami Malek, I did not think it was at that level. Maybe they're just considering how hard he had to try to become an icon, but still.
I'm okay with it.
Do you
Just
think
because it's hard to become somebody who's that famous.
that's what I was going to
Yeah.
get to? Maybe it's the equivalent of the movie Monster, when like a beautiful girl or someone that's really fit becomes really fat for a movie, like fat, grotesque, ugly in a way. Maybe this guy winning it is the equivalent of that, just like he basically became somebody else and it wasn't someone easy to mimic.
Yeah, it's especially those type of guys. You know, when there's a legend, when everybody kind of knew him,
Sure.
he was well known by his moves, the way he act, the way he would show in front of the camera. I think that's make it probably more complicated because people will probably like paying attention, like, oh yeah, he didn't look like that. Oh yeah, he didn't do that.
But
you know?
I saw a lot of complaints, man, about it. Like even people very close to the real person weren't as impressed. I mean, you could read up on it, and they were literally like, not so much.
Yeah, I mean,
but everybody's always gonna complain.
Yeah, I think it was okay for me.
Yeah.
I think he deserved it. I mean, you can tell he put a lot of work on it.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy.
I mean,
Of
it
course.
doesn't bother me. I don't think he was the best actor, but in this particular,
Yeah. I don't think it was the best movie for
Right.
him to be in that, like, but I think he did it really good. Like he was
His
right
role
there.
fit.
Yeah, his performance, but no, like the movie in general. The movie just like it was
Just
not.
whatever.
Yeah, so I guess I'm okay with it. Like
Yeah.
and the sound, like sound mixing sound, whatever the other words, like
It makes sense, man. It's a neat movie about music. I mean,
yeah, but it's not just like how they mix the music. It's more like how they make sounds on during the whole movie. How they
Right.
make you know, like when they're supposed to be making some of the songs and they like using effects and using like different
Right.
stuff. All
or
those things are like
or the fact that technology is so advanced that while they were making music back then, just to recreate a sound of music that they made back in those years, knowing that we have a lot better sound equipment now. So I think those make sense because they tried to make something sound like it's from the 60s and 70s, right? Knowing that we're like way past that
Yeah.
sound wise.
what do you think, Gabriel, about that?
What about the sound?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
what it
know.
takes to what it takes to take you to like you're gonna win this, you know, you're gonna deserve an award to like the sound part. I mean, to me it's like that. It's like a lot of stuff. It's not just like missing music. It's more like, you know, the effects of the sounds and everything.
I
Like,
don't know, just like setting the mood and all that stuff. Yeah, I agree. But
mm,
yeah, I don't know, just whatever music does that for you, it's gonna do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I really liked Roma. I actually saw that in the theaters. I like the sound of that because, like, I don't know, you felt like distance and like it was split and had speakers back here, like someone would whisper and they felt like it was in the crowd. And I don't know, that sound really surprised me. But then again, I don't know, I really didn't see a lot of movies that were shown at the Oscars, so I couldn't tell you if one was better than the other.
right. I saw Roma on Netflix, so
So
As a lot of people did.
yeah,
the laptop sound was
yeah.
excellent.
So that's how that was even in my cell phone. So that's how, you know, you're never gonna get the same,
Effect.
you know, the same feeling.
Yeah.
What about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, man? I know we've mentioned that in some of our previous podcasts. They get Best Animated Feature.
I haven't seen it, but I was like, oh,
I've read good things. I liked it. I'm kind of I want to call it slight hater, even though I love Spider-Man, but like I prefer DC. So anytime Marvel keeps like, oh yeah, they did that, I'm like, yes, okay, it was good, but you know, but in reality, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
that's good. I mean, it's another area where I don't see that much animation stuff
In
So,
general,
in
yeah.
general, like I only been talking about superheroes because we've been doing this episodes.
Right,
Otherwise, it never comes to my mind to even watch like one movie. I mean,
right.
but-
And because people are talking about it, man, or like it or not, like it's a big thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to movies.
But I've been hearing more about Aquaman than anything else.
Right.
And I never got to see him. Like
You haven't seen it yet?
Yeah, no.
Uh,
I mean, I've been saying that I'm gonna watch,
you're
but
gonna watch it.
for some reason I haven't.
Well,
Why?
it's coming. It's coming to your laptop soon.
Yeah, no. I do have it in there, like in the laptop, so I can see it. It's just
It's just gonna be in
Yeah.
Russian for now.
yeah, it. Yeah, the only reason Black Panther I did watch is because like I knew we were gonna do a episode that was about that, so I was like
Right.
I forced myself a lot. But if I don't have to, I'll be like, I'll be watching The Office. But yeah, I mean, great. I'm not sure. I don't have much to say about animation.
Right.
I mean, I know it's hard. I know that shit is hard.
I'm at a simple level too. Like I can't judge it. Like I basically with movies I could just go off like it looked really cool, what it made me feel, and it follows a decent storyline, a plot line. Like besides the obvious things like forced jokes or bad scripts, like as long as it avoids those kind of things, I'm usually like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you saw that?
No.
How do you like animation?
I know I really like animation, but I don't know if it was nominated or whatever. I really liked Wes Anderson's latest movie, Isle of Dogs. That was animated, and I don't know, that was one of the best movies of 2018. And
Nothing.
Yeah.
Ignore completely.
yeah, and that's more like stop motion. I feel it's harder than to do animation. It takes more time, patience, and
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. It's what people like. I didn't think it really
To be fair,
rang with people, but I don't know. I honestly thought it was one of the best movies of this year or 2018.
well, to be fair, there was some other animated stuff. I think animated short or something that won something, so it might be that. I just, I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen none of the stuff.
You're like, yeah, hey man, take your word for it.
I like the photography. I believe Roma won that too. Like, somebody took the time to pull it off why Roma won photography and all that stuff.
Yeah, it got a best cinematography and
And,
best director.
and that's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy how it's how to explain the angles and the the details of why there were great shots.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was like some pictures of like, woof. Yeah. And even that I watched it myself. Well, I watched it twice actually. The first one was myself and the second one it was on the computer. So I was like,
You upgrade a little bit.
yeah. So it was like, it's great.
I didn't recognize the director, man. I don't usually know directors too much, but Alfonso Cuarón he's pretty good. He's done some good
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he's done Gravity. I don't know if you saw that.
Is he
Children of
Mexican?
Men. Yeah, he is. He did Y Tu Mamá también.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yes. Once you hit that, then yeah, of course he's really good. Yeah.
Viva
Yeah.
Mexico, Cuarón.
Viva
That's
Mexico.
what they were saying.
They were saying that about
Yeah.
That's a good one. Viva Mexico Cuarón.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. I think he deserved that,
Yeah.
probably a little bit more, but that's all right. I mean,
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
what else do you have for the Oscars?
Uh,
That was pretty.
A Star Is Born, man. What the wild card that I thought would be, like, I knew they were setting it up, and maybe they were, man, because Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper even sang a song together live. So I had a feeling they probably thought it was coming, as I did, but it didn't. They just literally got best original song.
They deserve that. I mean,
Lady
not winning
Gaga,
anything and just winning that.
Yeah.
The song, I think it was good.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they deserved
But they don't deserve anything else.
it. Jesus, the god of movies over here.
No. It's not my true or anything like that. This is just me,
Christian says,
giving you my feelings about somebody who makes a remake of the remake of the remake and the remake. Like
Christian
annoys
says,
me.
let them eat bread.
Annoys me. They Hollywood remakes so many movies. It's like, why you just gotta start coming out with original? Like,
I don't know. People just kind of don't, and then they just want more of the same. Like,
I was gonna tell you about that though. That's not that bad, man. Like you at times you've brought up like Spider-Man as if in See, there's other actors for Spider-Man, and they've done it a few times, but that's what's supposed to happen because these stories that are cool or superheroes more or less live forever, or at least longer than we do.
Right.
So you have to like reboot it. You have to have other actors, and it's not a negative thing for that to happen.
Well, I mean, I can see in superheroes, if you want to make like the same comic 20 times, you're going to need a younger actor.
More than that, though. It's
Or
like pretty much everything. Like, oh, they're making a new Child's Play, a new Pet Cemetery. It's like everything.
Or it's like songs, though. Songs is it's almost like a respect. It's very respectful to redo it, and nobody's to cover it, and nobody's expecting it to be better. It's just kind of like
I do. I expect it to be better. If you're gonna do it, you do it at the same level. You do it better. Like if you do it worse, why you do it? Like I mean, it's hard to tell when it's gonna come out.
I think it's respectful. A cover is respectful. I personally don't expect them to be
just put a picture on social media.
Shockingly better, but yeah.
Just put a picture on social media. I respect this guy. That's good enough. Yeah. Just do it like no. My point is, I like when directors or when musicians try and create new stuff and come out with new original stuff.
Well, they do, man. I'm Hollywood. Just not, but I'm just not a hater for remakes, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I mean Hollywood is not that creative. Like, look at how many we start doing Jumanji again, the Jurassic Park.
But those are franchise type of movies, like
right. But yeah, you can start a new franchise.
It's like getting mad at Star Wars for having more than one episode. It's like no, you can kind of
they're different stories. They're not remakes of the same thing.
That's the difference.
Then what else is whack too is these live remakes of Disney. Like, dude, it's enough, and it just keeps being.
I mean,
that I'll give you. I'll give you.
It's like because my son has been watching Shrek, so I know Shrek is a franchise.
It's a franchise character.
Yeah. So they've been doing several movies about Shrek. But it's not the same movie. They're not being remaking the same movie.
True.
It's just sucks the other movies.
With Star Wars though, what he said, it's never gonna be the same story, but it is shockingly similar. A lot of them, where it almost starts to feel that way, but not with Shrek. I agree with you on Shrek.
And Shrek, I mean, it sucks. The other one movies are like they're bad, but they're not making the same thing. It's just they're following a different. A different path, and it's just. Of course, you're gonna use the same characters. My problem is when like Star is Born, they're using kind of the same story where they've been making the same movie like 3 different times.
Yeah,
that's my only problem. Like if you use Star is Born and you follow whatever they ended, and you make another. I don't know, you connect it somehow and make another story, go for it.
Yeah.
But to do the same thing, I mean, that's just to me.
That's fine. I don't agree, but to be completely fair, I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen the new one. So I can't have a feeling if they've ruined it or if it's bad or why are they doing this.
No, I don't know if it's bad. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
The new one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. None of us have seen it, but we have strong opinions about it.
No, I mean, I think it sucks already.
Yeah. Hey, the Oscars thought so too. Apparently.
Yeah, there you go. See, they agree with me. I don't know. Of course, that's just me. So relax, people. What else is going on in the world?
Hey, you're the only one getting all hyped up. Relax, people.
Yeah, no, I know. Whoever listening to me be like, "Oh, this dick," He don't like Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Like, I don't. Care
I didn't even hear the song. I honestly haven't even heard that song.
No, that is good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, and I respect Lady Gaga. She's a real musician.
She's talented.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I actually like her for a pop artist, and I don't like anyone. So yeah, she's great.
Yeah. See, that's
for him to say that's Lady Gaga. If she ever hears this,
there's a lot of respect to the girl because she's a real musician. She knows how to play.
Talented girl.
Yeah,
she makes a great entertainer. Like I don't know, it'd be tight to see her in live too. Like I think that'd be a good show.
She's so open with her public, man. Open with her weaknesses and stuff. I like that.
Yeah. So that's that right there is somebody who's creating new shit. You can easily go be like, oh, let's use whatever song was in the original movie and just redo it.
Right.
But she was like, no, I'm gonna make my own song to use it in the movie.
She kills it, man.
And there you
I
go.
remember
Yeah.
the Super Bowl of her Star Spangled Banner for the Super Bowl or AFC Championship for the Broncos. I mean, she killed it.
Yeah.
She absolutely killed it. Very emotional, very cool.
No, she's very talented lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
we agree on something
Yeah.
at a peace level. We'll call it good.
Thank you for listening to us. See you next week. No. What else is going on up there? Do you guys have you seen any of the news? Like the Trump is gonna meet with what's his name? The North Korean dictator.
Is he?
Kim Jong.
As much as they talk about both of them, I almost felt like they hang out together. I'm like, man, these guys are eating dinner together or something because they're always on the news and they're always talking about them both. So
I mean, you can hate anything you want about everything about Trump. If you want to hate it, that's fine. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to give it this one to him. Like I prefer Trump keeping that relationship with him and having peace.
I was about to say, give him what? Having dinner with.
Well, I mean, I'd rather
with him.
him to have a decent relationship where nobody goes crazy and start doing stupid shit. Anything that helps to prevent a war, I'm all for.
You mean to tell me Dennis Rodman didn't get the job done?
It seems like not good enough.
Fuck it. Damn it. Maybe Lady Gaga.
You might, I wonder what they talk about it, like with Dennis Rodman and Kim Jong. Like, what was the conversation? Like,
I'll quote you from our previous episodes. Prostitutes and money, or what did you say?
probably.
Yeah, that sounds like the right up their alley for both of them.
Are they probably like the same food or something?
They both eating burgers. They're gonna when I go to McDonald's.
I know when he said that, I was thinking, okay, in my mind it was like Asian food I was thinking about, but it would probably be like a big red steak or like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, that would be just funny to be there in that room, whatever they are, and they're
Right.
like just like, yeah. So what you were doing last week?
Right.
They're like, I wonder what was the conversation.
I could assure you it involved a lot of like some hell of a drink, some kind of drink that none of us have heard of, a decent steak or cheeseburger, and some Looney Tune cartoons.
Yeah, fucking. Well, I'm probably sure. Like, imagine if like Kim Jong is like, oh, this one too. Sorry. Imagine Kim Jong is more like, you want to play some basketball?
Right.
You're like, let's go. I had a car here. Let's go play 3 points or whatever.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like, they say all these dictators live in like whatever we think of as America. They live in that kind of richness, that kind of movies, those kind of cars. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's the same.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I wonder what they have for food. Like, what would be their dinner? Fucking all North Korean starvation, and these fuckers are having like steak and shit.
Right.
And hot wings.
Hot wings, some barbecue cheeseburger.
Can you some Dennis Rodman? Can you bring me some Buffalo Wild Wings? That'd be
He
awesome.
says because last guy who made him here sucked, and he's gone.
He's no longer.
He's no longer here.
No, but no, a little more serious. Not really, but it's cool. I mean, I prefer like I said, I prefer to keep this crazy son of a bitches in peace, because you never know when either one can just go flip and be like, fuck this,
Yeah.
let's go to war.
I don't see how them eating together keeps the peace, because I think the problem is inside both their minds. So
Yeah,
I have a feeling like bringing two crazy minds together, and
I mean-
I don't mean like obviously they're smart people, because they wouldn't be where they are if they weren't, but like that aggressive little DNA they have in them, you're bringing that to the table together. I don't know.
yeah, but I mean, when you do it in public, when it's known to everybody and kind of they sign a little piece of paper, even if it's like a ridiculous piece of paper, it helps. You know, it makes a little, at least they think about it before they go crazy.
They go crazy.
Yeah,
I got you.
because it's, you know, everybody saw it, everybody knew about it, so it kind of helps a little bit. And remember, after the first time they met, North Korea and South Korea, for first time in like I don't know how many
In a
years,
long time, yeah.
they met, you know, and they even say hi and shit. Some families got the opportunity to see
each other.
Yeah, so that was nice. I think
those moments are important.
yeah.
I guess you do make a point. I'd rather we both we know where they both are, and if they're together, that kills two birds with one stone. They're right there. Keep an eye on them.
Yeah,
They're right there.
I mean, it helps a little bit to keep peace. That's my only point. Is that
I don't know about that, but
Right.
I see where you're going.
yeah. So anything that helps to keep peace in this world, like I'm all for it. But
Yeah.
again, if another war is going to happen, it's going to happen regardless what they do. But you know, little things like this, I think it might help a little bit. So that's my take. Thank you for listening. What else is you guys been up to?
Just hanging out, man. I was actually gonna ask you.
This is how much we prepare this podcast.
Right.
This is our pre-meeting.
So once you start enjoying the beer and the questions just kind of drift away,
Yeah.
then you know we're having a good time, but we're not prepared. But I was gonna ask you, in your old spot, I remember you had your guitar, right? You always had your guitar out, and I don't quite see it out. So are you still playing music, or I know you were trying to be in a band or something? Any of that going on?
I do have my guitars. It's just they're in my studio. They're kind of hiding because
Gotcha.
now my son will destroy them.
I forgot
So-
about that. Those beautiful little hands everywhere, huh?
Yeah, so I kind of had to hide them. But no, I do. Music to me is my therapy. Like music is kind of the only reason why I don't pay for psychologists, because otherwise I'd be probably going crazy. Like, I have my temperament is like so wild, crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of music is what it calms me down, and you know, every time that I get upset, it's just like music is my spot.
Is your thing?
Yeah, so that's where everything. When I have any problems, so I you know, remember one time we were talking about Mondays and how people complain about the Mondays and all that shit. Like, to me, is you have a choice. You know, like, are you gonna make your day horrible, or are you just gonna have a better attitude towards your day? So that's my kind of
Music
my ritual.
pushes you in the right direction.
Yeah, even if I get upset or I don't have a good night of sleep, I would just, you know, get up in the morning, put my music, get ready for work, and I'm good to go. You know, my
Right.
mood change, so
That's cool.
it helps.
And I know you brought up your beautiful little baby who's walking around and touching everything. What about Gabe over here? So Christian's little baby always cries when he sees me, when he sees Gabe, and Gabe beat me to the punch, man. Punched me in the gut and brought the kid some candy and toys today. I'm like, oh fuck, why didn't I think of that? Well, I'm still gonna be the asshole. Like, damn it.
But I don't think it helped. He's like, whatever. I don't like that guy.
Yeah, but I think he recognized those little things, you know?
Right.
So my wife was like, "Well, Levi he brought you a gift to you, beer." I was like, "Ah, kills me happy." It works. I deal with the baby later. So.
I know. Your wife is like, look at the candy. What did Levi bring? Is that beer? Okay. We'll see if he stays for dinner next time.
Yeah. It works, man. It helps. I think. I think my baby is getting used to you guys.
Yeah, I noticed he didn't cry today. He did squeeze the mom. He did hug her, but he didn't cry. That's all right.
So that's a step forward. Yeah.
That's a positive thing.
I took my baby here. I'm talking about my private life. Yeah, it's great. I took my baby to. He's having some little bit of issues with speech. He's supposed to be more like connecting words and things like that.
Okay.
So we took and they do a bunch of tests. You know, they make him play and do several different tests.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of my boy because they were like, yeah, your kid might not talk much, but he's smarter than the kids of his age. I was like, well, that's great. I was like, at least he's gonna be like his dad. He talks more, do stupid shit. He's not that smart.
Don't they say the wiser people say less? So it's like maybe he's smarter than all of us.
Yeah, so I was like, well, cool. I was like, he's not like his dad. Like, that's awesome.
He looks at us like, look at these idiots. Just talking on a podcast like jackasses.
Nobody paying anything for that. No, but those little things are cool. You know?
That's
like,
cool, man.
you know,
I'm
like,
happy to hear that.
yeah, it's a relief. You know, I got the other day talking about like little things that make you happy, and probably I want to connect it with love.
Yeah.
I had a friend who text me and was like, how I can leave my girlfriend.
How I could leave my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like he's not in love with her anymore,
Okay.
but he can just, he just can't
He can't just walk away.
walk away.
So maybe he loves her. I know girls are gonna hate hearing this if there's any listening, but like maybe he loves her but not in love with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that's not possible. But
Yeah, because you probably ending having a feeling for that person just because of the moments that you share.
what you
and
spent,
yeah.
the time, yeah.
It's normal that unless it was a tragic, very painful relationship,
Right.
you know, you probably hate him. But if it was a normal relationship, I believe you tend to have some type of feeling, you know, for the other person. You probably be like, I don't love her, but still like her. You think it, but why you think you can just be like, just walk away?
Just walk away.
Yeah.
I think people in general, man, just people in general hate change. I know I do.
Yeah.
And most people hate change, and it's always not easy to jump into something. So when you find someone that's cool with you, you agree with, and you're having fun with, it's like to start that whole process over, you know, for most people sucks. So maybe the fact that you're afraid of change.
This is the worst part. I'll tell my friend, is like, well, have you tried to find another girl just to have another relationship? Probably that might help. It's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. So
Good luck, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing anything to finish the relationship,
Right.
but he wants to.
He wants to, but he's not moving forward.
Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
he's not taking any approach to it.
Okay.
And I asked him why, and it's like, I just don't know. Like I want the relationship to be over, but I just don't know what to do. I was like, man, that's a good question. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
What would you do? Like,
That's difficult, man. Maybe it takes a specific moment to push you there, and unfortunately, in those cases, it's either him or her just kind of start, like you said, talking to somebody else, and that might be the gas, the fire needs to happen.
I think my friend it got used to there's some
Comfort level.
They're scared of living the
comfort zone.
the comfort zone. And this is the weird part. Well, he won't care because he won't listen to this podcast. He don't speak English, so it's okay.
No names, right?
Yeah, he will be watch. He's gonna listen to this one specific podcast and be like, "You are, so you're talking about me."
You'll get a call at 2 a.m. Hey, what's up?
You're talking about
Just
me?
call to say hi.
Son of a bitch. No, but he lives in Colombia. He has a very difficult life. He is right now dealing with he don't have a job, and and kind of struggling with that. And he's partying a little bit too much. But when I'm talking about partying, it's not like he goes out with a bunch of girls, like, hey, have fun. No, he's just partying kind of himself a little too much.
Gotcha.
So but at the same time, I was like, well, that's. I'm not sure what to take. I'm not sure what to say. Like, what would be the approach to to that situation? It's just weird. Like how a person that you at some point you love so much, you like it becomes something that you wanna just move away from,
Right.
but at the same time you just don't do anything, and you kind of hurting yourself. It's like
In the process.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And I don't even want to say anything more about the details of him because there's some other things that might explain
Why?
he's reacting that way. But I was always thinking about like why it make you just stay there, like
Um, I don't know, man. Maybe like I said, change, fear of abandonment. Like you said, you made a good point to mention like what people go through. I think what we go through as younger kids or whatever affects people. So you see kids that their parents divorced, or like there was ugly fighting, or they saw their mom struggling to keep their dad around.
yeah,
Those are at times type of relationships, or are type of kids that grow up to be adults that hate walking away, that hate change, that hate abandonment. And it's not necessarily that they're weak, it's more of they know exactly what that feels like. So they'd rather not go through that, or make someone else feel that.
well sometimes too you might know exactly what you have,
Oh,
you appreciate that,
true.
that you appreciate that you probably have a great person.
Right. Even though I'm not in love, but I understand. I understand. I've looked around, and I understand that this is good.
Yeah. And that probably even make it more harder to do it, like
Sure.
you're like, fuck, this is a great human being with me, and but but I don't feel what she probably deserve to feel,
right.
but I think it's a difficult situation. Do you think you dad, us as a males, like you think
Right.
you have influence, there's an influence from there that to on you, how you approach relationships?
Most definitely, yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. Because I think we get a lot of traits from our parents, So if your dad's a screamer, a yeller, has anger, deals with problems by drinking, or deals with problems by, and I'm not mentioning any dads in general. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I think you grow up to, that's what you learned. So you grow up to repeat.
It's crazy how
If you choose to. Luckily, thank God it's a choice. So everybody has a choice to be different. But
and that's weird now that there are situations where like I know this having other friends they dad were alcoholic, that was alcoholic, and the typical people don't believe, people might think I'm making out this story, but that's actually the typical example they do have, like one brother taking a different path than their dad,
okay.
and the other one following.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, I had a friend. They went like that way. One of my friends is like, don't want to deal with alcohol at all. The other one was like, I love alcohol.
Right.
It's following the dad, but it's a choice.
It's a choice, yeah.
But it's probably hard, no? Like how? Like
I think the hardest part is finding a balance, because like if you only saw the bad side of alcohol, or the bad side of like things that are meant to like be casually fun, that's a hard life too, man. Like if you go to the extreme of I'll never do that, and I'm going to be super positive, I'm going to be super, in the case of abandonment, I'm going to love my kids so much that I'm going to choke them to death out of love, right?
yeah.
The hardest part in these kind of situations, I think, is finding an awesome balance, like a great healthy balance.
Yeah.
Because it's like being a stiff or boring isn't the answer, and being a drunk alcoholic most definitely isn't either. So like a healthy balance where you train yourself. I hate to even use that word, like an animal, right? Like train yourself to have fun at a healthy balance, and be responsible. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I mean, if we were getting paid for this, it would be a perfect commercial.
Gabe was like, I don't give a
Gabe's-
shit about you guys.
Gabe's the realist here. He knows we're not getting paid, so he's like, no cheers to anything.
You have your beer. That's it. Be happy. Well, that's for the deep part of our conversation.
I know, like I feel like even though it was already quiet after our conversation, it got even quieter. I'm like, the crowd got quiet. There's nobody here.
Yeah, like these people went too deep.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. But there are things that matter, you know. Everyday things that matter.
No, and especially because I mean, to me, this case, what I mentioned, it's not affecting my life or anything like that. It's sad to see my friend like die, you know. And
Right.
And then we're he's in Colombia, so the distance doesn't help, you know. I'll be more happy if you'd be here and be like, oh, let's go have a beer and we can talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's more like we text. And a lot of times it's hard to give you somebody an advice or
Right. Or to even feel what they're actually going through.
So it's like we were saying the other day, to understand what they mean with some words, the interpretation of a text,
Right.
how difficult that shit is. So that's all.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay, I guess. What about you, Guy? What do you think?
I don't think anything.
I gave Gabe a compliment, man. That hat is freaking retro awesome. The Mighty Ducks, man.
I don't know. That's hockey.
Yeah, it's hockey.
You don't remember the movies and stuff, no?
I think I don't.
I don't know. It's probably, I wouldn't say before his time, or I don't think. I don't know. It was just maybe it wasn't available to him. Who knows?
Maybe it was really cool, man. Like
was the
kid
movie?
hockey movies. It was called.
They were called the Mighty,
Mighty
Ducks. There
Ducks.
were 3 movies with Emilio Estevez. He was like the coach.
Oh, okay. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, you see.
Yeah. But
And then it became an actual team, right? Which was really cool for a while. The Anaheim Ducks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably in Spanish had some stupid, ridiculous name like
Yeah. The kids who
the kids who love hockey.
the kids
Yeah.
who use a stick to push plastic. Yeah.
In the ice.
I've had I know we've talked about it before, but I've had those talks with my cousin, man, with some of my cousins, because I mock them and they mock me based on some of the movies and the way they translate in Mexico to here. So we tried to connect on movies we've seen, and then I'm like, oh my God, why would it be called that?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, at least they put thought into it, because I think Shrek was big at the time. And I said, how could it be the green guy that gets angry and walks around? How could that be the title in Spanish? I was being, exaggerating. And he was like, well, they put thought into it. What would you rather like? Jason versus Freddy? How smart is that? And I'm like,
Just keep the same. I mean, we were talking about like Disney movies, how here in the States they promote it with the actors who do the voices. Like, you will see Shrek and there'll be like Cameron Diaz and Eddie Murphy, shit like that.
right.
And in Spanish, they don't promote that. It's just like, here's the movie Shrek, and that's it. Like
Right.
if you find out who's the person behind the voices, that's because you actually want to know who's that person.
You want to know.
And most likely, there's always the same 3 guys doing all the voices. So
Derbez?
yeah, all the kids' movies sound like the same. So it's weird, but yeah.
So even though it was like Eugenio Derbez and stuff, like nobody cared. Like,
No.
no,
No,
he was the voice of Shrek,
Donkey.
of Donkey. Okay,
Yeah.
and nobody cared.
No. It was
Gotcha.
great, which was great, but people I think start recognizing because he will throw some little phrases that he used for his characters.
Gotcha.
So you're like, oh yeah, that's right, and you
That's
start connecting dots, and you're
Same
like,
as
oh,
Eddie
okay.
Murphy, man. Same type of humor, same type of
Yeah.
punchline.
Which is I was very surprised because I'm seeing the movies in both languages, and unbelievable work for who translate that movie because the jokes are like the same.
Really,
Yeah.
that is pretty cool.
And they're funny in both languages, so that's a lot of work right there, because a lot of the jokes sometimes can be translated,
Yeah,
in
You know, my hero was supposed to be Shrek. Chris Farley.
Oh yeah.
He was the original voice of Shrek, man. But he fortunately passed away before he did
Oh.
it. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, man, that would have been cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know him, so
Say what?
I never met him. No, I'm just kidding. I know him, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but that part is pretty crazy. It's like how good you have to be to have English humor translated to Spanish and still be funny.
Absolutely, man.
That's very difficult. So that's probably one of the only movies I'm seeing like that way. The other ones is that I hate when they do just what is called when they use just double. They use
Dubbed voice.
Dub voices.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't dog on my kung fu movies.
One like Kung Fu. What's it called Kung Fu Pao?
Kung Pao.
Kung Pao. Yeah, that one is great. That's probably
That
the
one
only
is
one
great. That one is great.
That's the only movie that is worth it.
Man, I remember watching those kung fu movies when I was younger, like real young, and recorded little movies and stuff, and it was ridiculous the amount of things that one little mouth opening for like 2 seconds could do.
Yeah.
It's like opens for 2 seconds, and it's like, go to the start, get yourself, jump up, nope, get the oranges and come back with the chicken, and it's like, what?
But that's what the iconic scene of that movie, where the girl is talking. They just move them out like for a few, like 30 seconds, and it's okay.
No, it's when he asks. He's like, "Hey, who's he?" And he's like, "I don't know."
or the noise the fingers make, like I'm like, man, that's a powerful finger. It's an awesome thing.
That's
I really wish they made the second one, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of work too, no?
that's what I'm saying. They probably couldn't do it, or would it match up right, or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because imagine to put that guy in there, like all these scenes, like that's a ton of work, and to make it look like actually was there. Not to say that it looked like you. I mean, if you don't know there was like a funny movie, you probably for a couple minutes you probably think it's like that's actually the actual movie and shit.
Or to make it funny, man, knowing that you're purposely messing up and still be really funny. Like, that's gotta be hard.
That's an awesome movie. There was a show like that too, no? A game.
Yeah.
Most Extreme Elimination
I
Challenge.
love that show, man. Yeah.
MXC for short.
I saw a couple clips of that and it was great too.
It was
like,
awesome. Man.
Would you do talking about that show? Like, have you seen the thing they do here? But not the funny one. Just
The Wipeout.
no, Wipeout is a little too much to me. Yeah,
We were watching it, right? Were you talking about the ninja or?
Yeah, the Wipeout. We were watching it the other day at the bar.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were saying they never take nobody who's athletic.
It's like they purposely picked the most unfit, like uncoordinated person to run up a pyramid or something.
Yeah, but I think that one is, even if somebody's athletic, because they can control everything that's going on,
Right.
they will make them fall and
the
things like that.
remotes, the hydraulics, yeah.
So it's it's that's the purpose of that one. Right? But have you seen American Warrior? Like,
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. What you do it? You gave?
No, I couldn't do that. If I could, I would, but
Yeah.
no, I take that back. No, probably not.
That's a pretty crazy show.
That's pretty crazy. I think if I physically in shape could look like half the dudes doing that, fuck, I would do it. But like, I would be more worried about that. Just being in shape.
they're very athletic.
Extremely athletic.
Yeah, they're
strong arms, man. Strong.
Yeah, to do that shit, be hanging there for so long, and
Right. Or their
little-
wrist.
Yeah.
I was going to say strong wrist because you see them hanging from like little thing. It's like rock climbers, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got shockingly strong wrists, man.
Oh, these are the Free Solo, I think it's called, won the Oscars. The documentary about this guy who.
Just freely rock climbs
Yeah.
with no harnesses. Yeah.
Oh, man,
damn.
that's check it out. It's ridiculous because he goes to this crazy ass mountain. We're like, nah, there's no way. And this guy is nothing, just going
Fuck, man.
no protection, just going there and going crazy. Like, and there's some views of like how big that shit is. Like, boy, those type of scenes like when you start sweating, you're just watching. You're like, damn.
It's not a documentary about his life. I mean, he's still alive.
No, he's still alive. He's still alive. He was in the Oscars. I think he was in the ceremony.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was one of those like
Tragic.
he lived a short but really good life. Yeah.
I remember seeing him, and he was saying that it's a safe sport. They actually, the people who do free solo, they normally dies in a different activities like parachute and
Oh, really?
shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. I don't know about that. Not sure if you're telling the truth.
Right. That they don't. So basically, they don't die doing that dangerous thing they're doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the guys who survive, like the stories of people who survive 9/11, right? And then die in a car crash or like die in a bank robbery or those awkward stories like that where it's like, damn, man, like something was after you because that's crazy for
Yeah.
something like that to happen.
Yeah, the stupid ways to die. Like, what was that show? 1,000 Ways to Die or something. Like that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're like, really? That happened? There's some dumb.
I hated
crazy-
that show, man, because it made normal things look scary to me. I'm like, is that PB&J looking at me? Like, fuck that. Fuck those peanuts.
No, but hey, it happens.
It does happen.
It happens. So that's
It's a
probably
reality.
that's probably why they have a full show about that and successful show. That's the funny part.
Right.
All right, I think we're good to go.
Good to go.
You guys have anything else to say?
No, man. It was nice chilling with you guys for a bit. Good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for chilling again.
Yeah, always.
Thanks for dealing with us.
And our behind the scenes producer, right? He's running over there and fixing cameras.
And thank you to anyone who's listened to this podcast. Very appreciate every time that you download this episode. Now this is going to be available on YouTube. If you go and watch it, it's going to be very, very appreciated. Right?
Yeah. Thanks for the likes and thanks for the views.
Yeah. Please follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook, Instagram, the Concoction Podcast, and Twitter, the Concoction One.
Concoction
And the episodes are available in
Stitcher,
Spotify.
Spotify, and iTunes.
Yep, in
YouTube.
YouTube now. There you go. Now we have a video. So
Now there's real evidence.
anything else? No. Let's go. See you guys next week.
See